Hi guys, welcome back to another episode of my journey to you. Harsh says to Amruta, why didn't you stop him? You should have told me at least. Bhavani cries, Jayesh says what were you doing there? Couldn't you stop him? Were you just enjoying it? Don't cry and do this drama, you never do anything. You're useless, Dildar says stop it. Quiet please, no one will say anything. He says Virat, you forcefully married Amruta. He says yes dad, Dildar says how can you do that? Do you even know what marriage means? Babita says, Abharaj take me from here. Virat says mom, she leaves. Dildar says the wedding isn't a joke. He says, what about what she did? She left my mom to die, now her life will be a joke. Her dreams will die now. Bhavani takes Amruta to the terrace. Jahan gives her water. Jayesh says was that all drama? Doing wedding rituals, what is all this? She has Sindor now, did she go to that festival to get married? He says, who gave you the right to embarrass me? Bhavani says shut up. With what right are you asking her these questions? You abandon us, go from here. He says I am their father. She kept your name but she is still my daughter. He says I was so proud of the fact that she's my daughter. But today, the world is spitting on me because of her. Amruta says I didn't do anything. I am the victim here. Harsh says and we won't bow down to the wrong. We will answer them back. Jayesh says I will break your face. Sit here and shut up. Harsh says why should I? Jayesh says because I am your father. Shut up. Dildar comes there and says I am Amruta's father-in-law. I want to talk to my daughter-in-law. You better go from here. Dildar says to Amruta don't worry. I will fix everything. She says no. Don't do anything. I made the mistake of trusting the wrong person. Now I will fix everything. I need to meet someone. She leaves. Babita asks Kavita you were there too. She says I was scared he didn't kill someone. He was so angry. Virat says I would. I could have lost my mom because of her today. Babita says she is very clever. Nimrat says the lawyer is here. Amruta collides with Virat when he comes out. The lawyer says Amruta Jayesh. Virat says Amruta Ahajha. Amruta says I am Amruta Bhavani Jayesh. 4 Firas do not count as a wedding. Virat says the wedding is done even if you agree or not. Amruta says here are the divorce papers. Sign these and get rid of all this. Virat throws them away. Amruta picks them up and brings them back. She says I was threatened to do this wedding. Sign these and let me be free. Jahan says I was stupid that I prayed for Amruta to get married to this guy. Virat says I will not sign them. You would never get rid of all this now. Babita says what's wrong with you Virat? She says Virat please. Virat says mom. Please? He says mom please. I am doing the right thing. She deserves this. I won't end this wedding. The lawyer says any wedding done by force is discarded by the court. Virat says I won't sign it. You can consider whatever you want. He leaves. The lawyer says don't worry. I will get a summon from the court. Amruta says thank you. Dildar says to Jayesh please go to your home. Dildar says sorry Amruta, it's well my daughter. What happened was so wrong. Amruta leaves. Babita says why did you say sorry? He says it's because our son has embarrassed us today. She says what about what she did to me? He says I am sure Amruta didn't harm you. She can't do this. Babita says I could die. Kavita says she was fighting for her life. Bebe says I cried so much. He says I was equally scared but Amruta didn't do this for sure. That child can never do that. I know her very well. She saved Virat every time. She defended you when you were accused of stealing Jahan's house. You always think badly of her. You can't accuse her of this. Bebe says stop it. Babita come and rest. She has done some magic on him. Dildar says she is a girl like our daughter. Would you still be silent? I'd shatter that guy. Our son is that guy now. Have some humanity. What Virat has done is shameful, and we should all be embarrassed. Virat breaks things in anger in his room. He says, I won't let you get rid of me. Amruta, you will pay for what you did. Amruta cries in her room. She recalls what happened. Harsh says we have all the rip-offs. We can get this wedding discarded. He will be arrested. Bhavani says I am tired of cases. Courts and jails, I can't take this anymore. I want everything to be okay like before. Harsh says we have to fix everything. Think about her, we can't let this happen to Amruta. Bhavani says to give Amruta some time. Virat says in anger I've to do something. He looks outside at the terrace. No one is there. Virat says I won't let you go so easily. I will make you cry. He sees Amruta in Jahan's apartment. She tries to clean the sunder and cries. Virat looks at her, he feels bad. Virat says she lied to me. She did so wrong, why do I feel bad for her fake tears? Amruta says you ruined everything. You burned everything, our friendship, trust, everything just to punish me. For caring about you, for trusting you. This is what you did. You took everything away from me. It is hurting me so much, she cries. Amruta says you think I risked your mom's life, so you want to ruin my life. I won't let you do that. My life is a lot more precious than your fake accusations. I raised myself in this life with a lot of love. You used her as a pawn to force me to marry. You have to pay back for all that you have done. This ring, I will return it with interest. I will never be part of this marriage. Virat looks at her and says, I won't let you get out of this marriage. Amruta says you broke my trust. It's hurting me only in the end. I won't let you do this. Amruta looks at him from the window and draws the curtains. Abhuraj comes to Babita's room. She says, I can't believe Virat did all this. He has lost his mind. Abhuraj asks how can Virat do this. Kavita says I tried a lot but he didn't listen. He took our phones as well. I thought he was just going to send them to jail but he suddenly did this. Babita says we have to do this drama for a few more days. Abhuraj says to Kavita, we have to make her hate Virat. We have to take everything from Virat. Kavita says I have an idea. Jehan and Bhavani come to Amruta. Jehan hugs her. She asks are you okay? Amruta says I am fine. Everything will be fine only. Jehan says we know you're very strong. Go out in the fresh air, you'll like it. Harsh is waiting for you too. Amruta goes out. Bhavani is worried for her. Jehan says Amruta is very brave. She will come out of this stronger. Don't worry. Kavita says to Abhuraj, I will give a statement against this wedding. I will put all the blame on Amruta and say she did this wedding with Virat forcefully. Abhuraj says we shouldn't get into all this. Kavita says how can we? Babita is so hurt. Amruta almost killed her. Virat is hearing all this. Kavita says we should help Virat punish her. Abhuraj says but Babita doesn't want this. Kavita says Dildar feels bad for Amruta instead. Babita is angry. No one supports Virat. So I will support Virat. Abhuraj says what will you do? It was a forced marriage. She's not even living here. What marriage? Virat has everything. Abhuraj and Kavita smile. At night, Amruta comes home. She sees everyone asleep. Virat comes there and says I will take her with me today at all costs. He sees Amruta sleeping. Virat picks up Amruta. He takes her out in the lobby. Virat takes Amruta to his house and locks her in the washroom. Amruta screams and says, Sir, get me out. He says you locked me in the same bathroom and went to kill my mom. No one can hear you now and no one is going to help you. Sleep in there now, I will destroy your life. Amruta says you will pay for this. He says you will. She says you think only you're the most important person. He says yes I am, it's all your fault. Stay there the next morning. Deepika says the news is everywhere. Kavita says stop it Deepika. She says people are talking everywhere. How did everyone find out? Ube says stop it. Deepika says the elevator isn't working today. Bhavani says where is Amruta? They look around for her. Harsh comes to Virat's house and says where is my sister? Babita says she's not here, she left with you all. Harsh says stop lying. Dildar asks Virat where is Amruta? Abhuraj says Virat, what is wrong with you? You locked Amruta in the washroom. She's screaming and crying there. Harsh says I will kill you. Virat says she is my wife. I can keep her wherever I want now. The lawyer comes there and says I have the court summon. You have to sign these papers. Virat says all is waste, see my room there. My wife is right there, come with me. He comes to his room and sees a wedding chain. He recalls that Dildar gave him the wedding chain for Amruta. He said she's a very nice girl. Amruta says to open the door. Virat opens the door. He says how can you do this to me? Virat makes Amruta wear the wedding chain. Amruta is shocked she says this. How can you do this? I know it doesn't matter to you but it matters to me. I respect it, it's a pure bond. You can't wear it forcefully. He says you can't break it and I won't let you do that. So guys, we have come to the end of this episode. Please subscribe to our channel for more updates.